guys, welcome to the first ever Being Frank podcast. I'm here with my guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Lexi Mendiola. I am a friend of Francis's.
And Lexi, so you mainly are like an influencer, right? That's what people call you.
I mean, I hate that word, but
Why do you hate the word?
there's just, I think we all know that there's this stigma that comes with it. But then at the end of the day, yeah, that is what I do. So if I were to ever like describe what I do, I'd say I'm a content creator is how I like to call it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so I'm a part-time content creator and I'm a part-time commercial model.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got into this like around when would you
The
say?
whole Instagram thing.
Yeah, like content creation, all of that.
I think I started really getting into it maybe around 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah. And it only really blew up maybe 2 years ago.
So you went into it. There's a point in time where you started it and you're like, okay, I want to do this. I want to try this.
Of course, but the first 2 years was definitely like, what the heck am I doing? You know,
Right.
like I'll put this out, then it's like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? But then,
okay, go ahead.
yeah. So I would say I've always wanted to do something like that. Like, I guess it was like an outlet of my creative juices or whatever.
So what were you doing like in year one?
Year one, it was just a bunch of, you know how what everybody was doing, like the flat lays or whatever, like that, just
What's
weird
that?
stuff. Like when you just put pictures of,
Oh,
exactly
yeah,
this,
yeah,
your
yeah,
shoes or
yeah.
whatever. It was just all that stuff. And then eventually it became more towards like the portraits and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And you did it not to be like, oh, I want to get likes on Instagram, but I want to make content that people want to see.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was more like because I had a friend who pulled me into photography.
Okay,
So I guess it was an outlet for me to just create and share.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Something like
and,
that.
And prior to doing that, you've worked jobs, right? I know you worked in Sunny's.
I did,
You
I
worked in
did.
SSI.
I did, yeah. So my first job ever, I was working for Michael Kors.
Okay.
So I stayed there for maybe...
Is that SSI? You were like
That's
assigned
SSI.
to that brand.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I was working in SSI, it was me. So like the whole Michael Kors, we were just like a team of 3, basically
Really?
in the head office. Yeah. So it was there that I got to know like literally back end of everything. I had to know start to finish. It was so fun, but I felt like it wasn't creative enough for me,
Right.
which is why I went after to maybe around a year to Sunny's. So I went from merchandising to marketing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like throughout those 2 jobs, I was able to learn like back end and creative front end. You know what I mean? So yeah,
And what was your major?
I took marketing management
Oh, okay.
in LaSalle.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think those 2 jobs from before really helped me with my Instagram and my content creation because I was able to see both sides and utilize them to like just maximize what I'm doing now. In a little way, I was able to see how they both played a part. Yeah.
Right. But like, at what point were you really like? I mean, obviously you were like creating content and stuff, and you want to make content
Yeah.
that people see,
Yeah.
and not just to like flex on Instagram or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
But at what point were you like, oh, I could really like, maybe make a little bit of a hustle from this?
Yeah.
Like.
I would say the turning point where it really hit me was, I don't know if you remember
Tiger Stripes.
exactly
Yeah.
when that happened. So it was
So wait,
just
before Tiger Stripes, what were you doing? Like, what kind of gigs were you getting? How were you making?
so before Tiger Stripes happened, I was still in Sunny's.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
when Tiger Stripes happened, I was still in Sunny's.
So you were still,
yeah.
you had a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You were working.
Yeah, so basically, Instagram for me was just for
A side
fun.
hustle.
Yeah,
But you
not
were
even
making-
hustle yet. It was just
So
for fun.
you didn't really get anything out of it yet.
Not too much, no.
Like
no.
people weren't sending you things, products, things like that.
Very, very rarely.
Okay.
Like it was no way
And
sustainable.
how many followers did you have at this point?
I would say around like 15.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. I'm gonna try and like at this point put the Tiger Stripes post up on
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
they can see what exactly we're talking about, right?
If
But
I
yeah.
remember correctly, Tiger Stripes, so I was working in Sunny's and I had just
Yeah, so
left.
explain to everyone what Tiger Stripes is, because maybe not everyone
Yeah.
knows what
So
it is. Right?
Tiger Stripes is the post that I guess is the post I made that I guess helped me get to where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the post that I put up where I was just showing my stretch marks. And
Mm-hmm.
back at that time, nobody was doing that. Like people were really just putting the effort to remove this, make sure it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
perfection,
and people are still
best
doing
shot.
that, honestly.
Yeah, a majority of it is still like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I can see now that people are
Real.
more real
Yeah.
now, and I'm so I'm happy about that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that was the post. It was
It was
insane,
big, right? It
actually.
got featured.
Yeah.
I remember, what was it, ABC or Good Morning America, or
So it got featured on People magazine,
there?
on
That's the one.
Allure.
Yeah.
Actually, it was much bigger when it first blew up. It was much bigger in the U.S. than here.
Mm-hmm.
Up to
It
now,
was
I
like body
think.
positivity, though. That's like
Yeah,
really big for them as well, right?
yeah. Until now, I think that whole post has much more exposure in the U.S. than here. Like here, I think only two major publications covered it.
Which were
I forget.
okay. No
But
worries, no worries.
yeah, but I think they only covered it because they saw people covered it. It was
Yeah.
like that. So it was weird. It was funny, but it worked to my advantage. Yeah.
So after
Cool
that,
post.
at that point, like
After that, so before I posted that, I think I was at
15K.
15K.
Okay.
And then if I remember correctly, so I posted it. The first day I put it up, there was no traction. It was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
The second day, it was speeding up. The third day, it just exploded. So it wasn't
it's crazy how
instant.
things happen.
Yeah, because usually if something goes viral, it's instant, right?
Yeah.
Mine was so weird. It was just, a 3-day delay, and then it wasn't even where I'm from.
Yeah,
So-
like people just randomly found your post. I mean, how else would like People Magazine and stuff find out about
Exactly.
it?
I
Right?
still don't know up to today. Like, I
Yeah.
just remember getting an email asking for a phone interview. It's like, what the heck? I didn't even believe it was real. I thought it was a scam or something.
right.
And it's just like, okay, what do I have to lose,
True.
And then, yeah.
So
so-
then after that,
After that, it went from 15 to maybe like 55.
damn.
That
okay.
was the jump.
That's a pretty big
Yeah.
jump. So at that point, I'm
Yeah.
sure you're like, okay, I'm gaining track. It's like being a hot artist, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's say like Rich Chiga or Rich Brian, as he's
Uh-huh.
referred to now, right? Like he had his song That Stick, and then after that, it's sort of like everybody's watching you, everyone's looking at you right
Yeah.
now. You have to do something.
Exactly. Because you
right?
don't want to be like a one-hit wonder,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So then,
So-
what's the move after that?
So after that, sorry, I think I said earlier that this happened while I was working in Sunny's, while I
Yeah.
still had a 9 to 5.
Exactly.
It happened like that week when I left.
I see.
Because I remember now that when I quit, I decided to book a trip to the beach, and I was just like, I just want to get out,
And that's where you took the photo.
That's when I took the photo, and that's when I put it up.
Mm.
And then, I think everything just it fell into place.
That's
I
crazy.
had no job anymore, and
Yeah.
then this happened. It fell on my lap. Then right after it exploded, that's when I had all the proposals. Like it wasn't even
so
like
companies were coming to you,
yeah, they were
sending you
coming up to me
stuff.
already, and I was so surprised because I didn't know you could. Be compensated for pictures.
Yeah.
I found out along the way.
Yeah.
So it was just I feel like it all fell into place.
So how'd that
honestly.
work? They'd message you and ask you how much is your rate or whatever?
Eventually, yeah. So after that happened, it started with collaborations. So it was just X deals and stuff like that. And when that first hits you, I'm like, yeah, I'm so down to get all this stuff for free. It's I'm just gonna put a picture. It's nothing on me, and I enjoy doing this. And then I realized after I started collaborating with these brands, bigger brands started looking at me,
Like real
like
brands.
actual brands,
Yeah.
and they were like, I think their protocol, they just don't collaborate in general. Like they're just used to. Here's our
Especially
deal.
back then. Oh, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying. They're
so
very
they-
firm about it.
Yeah. So right away they were just like, here's our deal, and I'm just like, okay,
I'll take it.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just kept rolling from there.
That's pretty crazy.
It's amazing.
so
honestly.
from there, what was your first commercial? Because you're a commercial model as
Yeah.
well, right?
Well, I was doing that stuff before Instagram happened
Okay,
already.
so you would go to like your. Is it any different trying to book a gig for a commercial as Lexi Mendy now and
Very, very
Lexi
different.
before?
Yeah, it's very, very different in a sense that I would say it doesn't really help me secure the job,
Okay.
but it helps the people or the brands find me. You know, because my Instagram, it's out there, it's so exposed. It's basically like an
But
online.
you still have to audition. You line up with everybody else. How is that? How
I
it's been?
still
Because you did
do.
a recent one, I remember.
I did, I
I saw
did.
that. That was the Globe one, right? Where you're
Yeah.
like sort of a tree hugger.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I was
right.
like
And you're like,
planting on the
yeah, yeah,
roof and
like
stuff like that.
sustainable food. Is it something like that?
Yeah. Well, some of them, I would say I still do have to audition, but I mean, I can't deny that I think I'm put a little bit on a fast track. Yeah, but it's not mine. You know, they'll be like, here's Lexi, put her here. She's one of the final contestants. You know,
I
it's like that.
see.
Yeah.
So you make the final cut. You don't have to line up with everybody else. All
I
the
mean,
commoners in this.
sometimes I
I'm
still
just kidding.
do. Yeah, sometimes I
Okay,
still do. But
depending.
it's helped.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure.
But I noticed they never get me to do stuff as me. You
As
know,
yourself.
I'm still playing a character.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's helpful in a way of just I'm more easy to find,
Yeah.
but I'm never like
And your
booked as
experience
myself.
as well. I think that's part of it for them, right? They want
Yeah.
someone who can do a commercial, show up,
Yeah.
do the takes that they want,
Yeah.
get what they want.
And again, I think like my situations, it was easier for me because I knew these people already from before since I had already been doing commercials.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when they find me on Instagram, they're like, "Oh, hey, it's her again.
Yeah.
We've worked with her before. Let's do her again." Like
Yeah.
it's like that. So that's how easy it
that's
was.
pretty
yeah.
cool.
It helped me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But like what about your personal life? Like do you feel like your life is really public because you're on Instagram, you're a content creator, so like maybe your day-to-day life or whatever it is, it's exposed to like hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. So I learned that lesson very recently that I have to like start keeping some stuff more private.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I'm you know, for me when I look at my Instagram, I still feel like I'm just sharing with my friends, you know.
That's how it feels. You don't feel like it's a business type of thing where you're like
When I have to put out work, yeah, I treat it
but you
completely
still have
as
your like
business.
snaps like, hey, eating this or
Yeah.
you know, the regular
Yeah.
like Instagram posts that
I'm
most
sure
people
I'm
would
sure
do.
you notice like in my stories, I'm like it's
Yes,
Lex.
I do follow
you
follow
know?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you're
then
just eating, you're just out doing some
Yeah.
normal person thing, right?
I forget when I do stories like there's like a bunch of people looking at this.
Okay,
Like when I
yeah.
post, I'm still like it's like I'm sending
So
it to you
it's-
guys. You know.
It's a learning curve for sure.
Recently, I've learned
So like
it.
for relationships, like is it taboo to like be posting all on the grams? Because here's the thing, right? That I learned about like for example in K-pop.
yeah.
For K-pop groups, there's like this really popular K-pop group. I forgot which one.
Is it
but like
Blackpink?
no, not Blackpink. They're
No.
men. They're guys.
Okay.
And one of the guys started dating someone, and he was really public about dating the person, and they kicked him out of the group because they
Because
wanted
of that.
people to
Be
want,
single.
you know, the girl. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
the girls to want him basically.
Single cells.
Yeah,
It always
exactly.
does.
So
it
like,
always does.
is that a thing that you have to like? That you're conscious of at all, or?
Personally, me, no. I am the type of person, again, since I feel like I'm just sharing with my friends, I I like to share what makes me
You're, like,
happy.
honest about
Yeah,
it, yeah.
I'm honest about it. And I don't, me for like, as myself, I don't like the whole single thing because, you know, Instagram, lots of creepy people come up and then
course,
like the
of
DMs.
course.
I hate that stuff. I hate that stuff. So I don't like the whole single cells thing, but I understand why people do it.
Right.
Yeah. But recently I've just decided to shift to more private because I don't know, things have gotten weird. But then,
Right.
yeah.
But do you know any other like content creators who are like that? They're in relationships, but they don't
A
ever
lot,
post.
a lot of them,
Really?
yeah. Which I don't think there's anything wrong with it. They're trying to keep it
Yeah, but don't you feel
professional.
bad for the guy or the girl they're dating?
I
Like,
do.
to an
I
extent, it's like
do.
okay, we're dating, but
Yeah.
you can't even like,
I mean,
you
there's a
know.
difference with not posting them, and there's a difference with making yourself look single.
Okay,
You
yeah, I get
know?
what you mean.
Yeah. Because there are some people, girls and guys, who are just like, even up to their captions, they're like, it's just,
Thirsty.
it's so thirsty.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know some couples who have been together for a long time, they just don't want to put them in there to respect their privacy. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
see a
true.
big
That's
difference.
true. I can imagine that. Like,
Yeah.
like if I was dating someone super famous, I wouldn't want them to their followers to see me like in bed with me
Right?
on my phone or whatever, some
Exactly.
stupid shit like that, right?
Because, like, I mean, you get dala rin eh. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you're gonna get the
Then they
hate.
start following you, then you get the DMs, then
And
it's
then you start getting the
everything.
hate, and you're just like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
not my life.
Yeah.
It's their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So,
get
like-
that. I get that difference. I get why
Yeah.
people do it, and I get why people don't.
So
you
like
know?
for the future, you see yourself being more cautious.
I think starting now, I think I'd be more private, but definitely not thirsty online,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not me.
Just private.
Just private, yeah.
Okay. So like, I mean, you're at how many followers now? How many followers are we talking?
I think I'm at 220 something. Yeah.
okay.
I just checked today.
That's real.
228?
That's real.
Yeah.
That's a real
It's-
amount. So do you keep track of like your engagement?
I do
People you
because
speak, like where they're from, people. Who
yeah,
follow
so
you,
I
stuff
have
like
the insights. Most of them are from the Philippines.
that. How do you get that though?
If you switch your profile to business, Instagram gives it for you.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
you have to pay, I'm sure.
No, it's free.
Oh,
as
that's
long as you
sick.
switch your profile to business. I can show you actually, but later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm part of like a few social media agencies where they do it for you. Yeah.
See.
I noticed it's different. Like what Instagram will show me and what my agencies will research and show me, they're a little bit off, but the general idea is it's there. It's the
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
So that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. It's sort of like you were talking about, right? You got sort of like fast tracked into some gigs.
Yeah.
You've been approached by big corporate companies, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's really interesting because it shows that, in my opinion, right, the influencer game or the content creation game is really different here in Asia, specifically the Philippines, compared to
Yeah.
like the West, like the US.
Yeah.
Because if you're like, okay, you did a Globe commercial, right? That's like the equivalent of doing AT&T or Verizon or
yeah.
basically you're becoming like sort of a celebrity. Whereas in the States, if you were an Instagram influencer, you wouldn't be directly linked to like these big corporations. They
Yeah.
would still look at either like celebrities or reality TV stars or something first, right? So like
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think it's the same as like celebrity because the people like the things they have here, I would say it's completely different. Like me, they get taken as the person that they are and they're endorsing it.
right.
But me, I'm still just like a character with a lockout.
I see.
So I can't do anything for Smart or whatever since I'm doing Globe, right? For example. But I'm not doing it as Lexi. I'm just doing it as I don't plant stuff on my on my roof, right? Like how I did in the commercial.
Right.
But celebrities they're taken as they are.
right.
You know.
I get what you're saying.
I think that's the big difference. But yeah, I did notice that in the States it's more it's on a collaborative basis. And you're barely ever tied to a brand.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, like people here, we do get tied to brands. I'm not sure why that
I
is.
think it's
but
also because it's such a small market. Like,
yeah.
if there are X amount of content creators, you want to
Yeah.
lock them down, right?
Yeah.
Like, make sure that they're not besides the fact that they're endorsing you, they're not working with the enemy, right?
Exactly.
Something like that.
And it makes more sense it makes us more credible also.
Yeah.
As let's say somebody who follows me
Yeah, you're
and
like,
says she just did Globe yesterday, now she's doing Smart. Like, ano
yeah,
ba?
that would
What
be dumb.
weird,
That'd be
right?
dumb. That'd
Yeah.
be dumb. I feel
So
that.
I get that in a way. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of haters?
Surprisingly, I don't.
Really?
I
So
don't.
people don't message you or comment some like bullshit where they're like, this girl's so fake, or whatever they want to say about you.
I think I had it easy because I started with Tiger Stripes.
So it was always positive. Like,
Yeah, I started on a very
notion.
positive note. But don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I do have some people who message me and just, have so much time and try to ruin my life. But this is more like it's more personal. It's not like some random hater. Like, I know who these people are.
Yeah.
No, I do. And it's just
So
like,
most of your haters are people extended towards you. Like they're not just total strangers who see your profile and want to hate on you.
they're people that I've come across who make fake profiles who think I don't know who they are.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little spicy.
It is. I mean, I know for a fact who they are. It's just, dude, talk to me if you have something against me. It's
Yeah.
just, but I'm also like halfway. I'm just like, I don't have the time for
So
this.
besides those people, you really don't have haters.
No, I don't. I would say I only have like 2 or 3.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with haters when they do come across, when they're commenting, or do you
I-
like delete comments? Do you ban people?
I delete comments that are disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like I mean, considering I understand why I get them because like I do post a lot of bikini stuff and
Yeah.
stuff. So I anticipate these comments.
So like bastos, like
yeah.
maniac.
When they're
type
maniac,
guys.
I
Yeah,
delete
yeah,
them.
yeah.
And I
Okay.
block them. Oh my god, you should see my blocked list. They're all like dirty old men. Like,
Oh,
it's gross. It gets
man.
gross. But fortunately, not too much, It's a lot less than it should be.
Yeah.
I think I'm lucky in that sense. Yeah.
So like with that, I wanted to talk to you about like what are like the growing pains now for you at the point that you're at. Like what's the hardest part about being a content creator right now?
It's the loss of the privacy.
Yeah.
Number one. I think the only thing that sucks about it, because don't get me wrong, it's I think the most fun job.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody like
So
me
you
who
truly
likes
enjoy it.
I love it because I get to do all the stuff that I like.
Mm-hmm.
At one point you can even say like a part of my job is to have fun.
Right.
Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I'm
give it
sure
up.
you have gigs where you just have to go to a party and like
Yeah.
do a few.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like go to fun events or like shoot stuff that you enjoy to begin with.
Okay.
So it's having fun, and like because of the stuff that I do, like I like to do travel.
Mm-hmm.
I've started partnering with like travel agencies, travel stuff. So
That's
it's
where
like,
it gets really fun, I'm
it's
sure.
so fun. Like I just came back
didn't
from
you?
Bohol.
Yeah, exactly. Where did you stay again?
Amorita.
The food looked great. Can I
it's-
just say that?
Not just the food, the place. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, that like rooftop type bar thing that
It's
you were
so
at. That
good.
looked really nice.
Yeah.
Makes me want to drink, honestly.
And just consider, like, if you really think about it, like, that's my job.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun, So, I mean, I think the only growing pain would really just be the loss of privacy. And because, like, since you're so public, you're an easy target.
Of course.
Yeah. And I think recently I've started feeling that growing pain. But I mean, I know how to deal with it, and I know how not to let it get to me too much because it comes with it, know. Fortunately, that's one of the only things that comes with. So pros really still do outweigh the cons. But yeah, I would just say the loss of privacy would be the
Okay.
main.
But like
thing.
your Instagram self and yourself when you're not on the gram in front of the camera, are they different?
I just had this conversation with my friend today, and they told me themselves, like, yeah, I'm different online and how I am in person.
Well, I'm sure in general you have to be, right?
Yeah, because like you have to push yourself a little bit more and you have to like fit into the image you're trying to sell. Because like for me, how I think about it is I like if you can't be all over the place online, you know, you have to have a character. And it's not necessarily like fake.
Yeah.
It's more like this is the part of me that I want to be known as. You know, it's still me.
Yeah, it's
But-
just one aspect of you.
Yeah. So to some extent, like what you see is what you get, but that's not the whole thing.
It's like a filtered version of yourself.
exactly. It really
Yeah.
is because like Instagram filters, you know.
yeah.
yeah.
No, I see similarities. Like even in like artists. I mean, you know, most of these, especially like rappers that are coming out now.
Yeah.
They're not really gangster, but they kind of like have to carry that
Yeah.
in the way that they present themselves, in the way that they rap.
Exactly.
perform,
Remember
all
I
of
told
that.
you that story about ASAP? Where, you know, his
So you met ASAP Rocky. When was this?
when he came here for that concert.
Okay,
Just,
so but it wasn't at the concert, right? He did a house party
yeah.
at
So
Tim Yap's house.
no, not Tim Yap's.
Oh, it was some random house in
In
somewhere.
Corinthians,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So it was super fun because like the concert was so fun.
Yeah,
Okay, like
okay.
everyone
I was
jumping.
there. I
down.
was wasted.
Right?
I was gone.
Like it was
yeah.
amazing.
I had a lot of fun.
And like when he came out and when he performed, it's the ASAP we all know because that's his brand, that's his
course.
image. But when it all ended, he rested in a room and stuff like that, and a bunch of us were able to hang out with him. But he was so much more down to earth than how he was on stage. You know, everybody was drinking, but he was drinking like tea. You know, it was so cute. Like I was
ASAP
like
drinks tea. You heard it here
Yeah.
first.
peppermint. But you know,
Yeah.
it was so cute to see that other side of him, and that makes me realize, like, you know, everybody out here, everybody public, I guess, they're just selling a brand.
Yeah,
You
for
know.
sure, for sure.
I mean, both parts are still him,
Mm-hmm.
but he just chooses to push this one because this is what will sell.
Yeah.
You know?
In fact, I think like some people who tend to try to be too real, and they're like, you
Yeah.
know, I don't want to be fake and have a persona. They don't tend to be as successful because like people think, oh, you're just like me, you're just like a normal
And like
person, right?
if
Or
they're too
whatever.
all over the place, like the brands also will have a hard time relating to
right,
you know.
right. You're specific, whatever the
Right?
traits that make Lexi or
Exactly.
Francis or whatever.
Exactly. So I mean, everybody has their side where they're goofy, and everybody has their side where they're, you know, more serious. So if you're public, pick one, or like pick more of one.
Right.
Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing both. You know, that's really who you are. But
Yeah.
brand wise, they'll want you to stick to one side.
Yeah.
And I think that's why a lot of people do that also. So
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
For sure.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, right now you're a content creator.
Yes.
What are your plans for the future? Like, do you see yourself? How long do you see yourself doing this? Do you see yourself transitioning into something else? Like, what's next for Lexi?
Honestly, I didn't see myself hanging on to this for this long.
Really?
No.
You thought it was gonna be a quick stint? Like,
I thought it was just like a side gig, like a 2-year thing.
Okay.
Like I mean, I didn't think I'd still be taking pictures and uploading it at my age now, you know.
well, then what did you want to be? Like before everything, what was like? You're in college. I want to be this.
I
wanna do this
always
as a
thought,
job.
well, I always knew I wanted to own my own business.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I-
Entrepreneur.
Right? Like
think
I
it's our
wanted to start
generation.
something.
You're born '93, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
same. We're the same.
93 kids. So like,
And I didn't think that I'd be doing this for too long. I thought it was just something fun.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when it started becoming more apparent that, you know, it's an actual thing.
yeah.
And it can keep going, it can follow you. I'm like, why should I give it up while it's still hot, you know?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's not something I think that would be too hard for me to give up.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm not that attached to it in a sense. I mean, I really, really enjoy it and I love it. Don't get me wrong. But if I had to give it up because it jeopardized like my personal life, I'd delete today,
Right.
you know,
The account.
my account.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd just like kill it. If it's gonna jeopardize, you know, my privacy even
Happiness,
more,
privacy.
my happiness, my
Yeah.
relationships with other people, my family. If it got too invasive and it's more like deteriorating than it is helpful for
Yeah.
me, I'd kill it. You know,
So you're planning to hustle and then entrepreneur it out
my
soon.
my end goal would be like get to as high as I could get with my Instagram and then use it to push my business,
Of course, that'll definitely help.
right? Because
I mean,
it's
business is
business is business.
yeah.
You know, I
It'll
want
work.
to come up with something, use my platform to push it.
Hell
Once
yeah.
it gets its momentum, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my end goal. Yeah.
What about this like whole influencer content creation game? Do you see it lasting?
I do actually.
Really?
I do.
So like if let's say Instagram, what happens to Instagram happens to what happened to Snapchat. Like everyone let let's just say everybody gets off the gram. It's
Yeah.
gone, whatever. Nobody uses it.
Yeah.
It's on to the next social media platform. That's where it would happen.
I definitely,
would, like,
I
continue
for
like
sure
that?
see that happening because I
Really?
mean, it time and time again. That's what happens. Like
Right.
Friendster, MySpace, everything. Like nothing's forever,
Yeah.
you know. But what makes me think that it's gonna stay, like the whole
Content creation
influencer
game.
content creation culture? It's because people now realize that it's the new advertising.
Okay.
You
And
know?
especially, I feel like it gives opportunities to smaller businesses because advertising
It
is
does.
not cheap.
It's expensive.
So when you're coming up in the influencer game and you don't have the clout that like someone like you might have, that's the perfect person to target if you have like a little small business that
Yeah.
you want, some people to hear about,
and
right?
it's more effective
Yeah.
because for me the way I compare it, I think it's actually the best for people who don't understand like the titos and the titas, how I
Yeah.
would describe it to them. It's really the new age advertising in a sense that if I would rather pay for sponsored posts than a billboard.
Yes, 100% agree with that.
Diba? Because
Yeah.
like a billboard, first of all, it costs so much.
I've seen some really shitty billboards
And-
out there too.
right?
Just
Like-
straight up.
It's just like weird.
Yeah.
And first of all, on the client side, it's like they don't even have to lift a finger. They
Yeah.
just it's up to the person.
And it's video, audio. Like there's more engagement. You can learn more about it. I've seen like billboards,
see
and I'm like,
results.
I'm not even sure what this is about.
Right?
Like, how am I supposed to know?
And the most important part for me is it's a targeted audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say for example, I'm not really sure if this is my audience, but I mean I'll have to check. But
Mm-hmm.
last time I checked my audience, they're let's say 18 to 35-year-old girls.
That's
so
majority. Like
let's
how?
say-
Like what percentage you would say?
maybe like 65 to 70%.
Damn.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that, wouldn't a cosmetic company rather go to me than go to a billboard who's like half the people who are seeing it are like, let's say they're seniors, they're men, they're like, it's targeted. So knowing that the people who look at my posts are the people they want to hit,
I see.
why
so
don't
for
they
them,
just go to me?
it's not knowing. I mean, it's not being able to target your market, but find the influencer that is your market, that has your market.
yeah, exactly.
Or something like that.
It's more effective.
You
And
ever
also
have
because
like a go ahead.
because you see the results after a day. You see how many people related to it, how many people like it, how many people have seen it, and sometimes the sales come right after.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, it's really like it's
Like
the,
you've seen that happen.
yeah, I have. I actually have, and there's a reason why brands are shifting to it more aggressively now. Because it's effective.
Yeah.
It's more targeted. It's effective, and it's faster.
Yeah.
So like for me, honestly, like very, very, very few brands now would make sense to do a billboard versus a sponsored post.
For sure, for sure. I think the people who are still doing billboards are just the top end of corporate brands.
Or they don't know
or-
what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like old school.
Yeah.
Right. Would you ever have like a moment where you're like a celebrity? Like somebody goes up to you and is like, "Oh my God, can I take a photo with you?" Or
That's happened a few times, but like in a fun way. It's never been weird, you know?
Really?
It's never been like, oh, like that. And like, what the fuck? Sorry.
it's cool.
It's always just been like, oh my God, you're Lexi, can I have a picture with you? And then like, it's a very like friend fun way. I've
That's
never
cool.
gotten like weird fan feeling stuff. I don't feel like I have those. You know, I feel like I
Yeah.
have viewers.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And that's only ever happened in like events
And
where
then-
they know
Oh,
I'm there.
really? So never just like you're getting coffee and someone walks up to you, asks for a photo, or.
Not that I remember, no.
But there are times where I'm sure people stare at you like,
I
"Is that
mean,
Lexi? Is that Lexi?"
in Bohol, there was one girl that I knew like
She was
just tell
thinking
me,
about
just
it.
tell
Yeah,
me. 'Cause she
yeah.
was looking at me while I was taking pictures, and I was like, "Oh my god, she's staring at me. Just tell me you
Now
know
she's like
me."
looking at your profile to say, "Wait, did she just post that photo?"
Because I saw her, I could see she's like looking at me, looking at my pictures, looking at me, and she's like smiling. I'm like, just say,
It's
just
like
say,
awkward for both of you at that point. Yeah.
But it's sweet, it's fun. Never really anything creepy in real life. You
And
know,
then your most starstruck moment,
like for
you being starstruck.
my most starstruck moment was Scarlett Snowbellow.
I saw that photo.
It
That's
was
actually
super
crazy.
recently.
I know
Yeah.
your sister's into that, right?
Sorry.
Your sister's so into Scarlett.
She
So-
is. She's
Yeah,
obsessed. I
yeah.
think we're both super obsessed with
you
Scarlett.
know, Scarlett, modern god, by the way. Our editor right here, you know.
So she's like a little girl. I think she's 4 years old.
Yeah, she's 4 now.
4, 5, 3,
Well,
3 to
she talks.
she's I have no idea how old she is actually, but she's a little kid.
Yeah.
And when I
many followers does
finally
she
saw
have?
her, oh my god, she's like more than 1 million. Like, is she
4-year-old?
like
Oh my
3 million? I don't know, but it's crazy. And
Oh
when I
my
saw her, I was just
God.
like, oh my god, it's her. I really went crazy. I was like, I need to have a picture with you, and she was so nice. Naman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
That you met her.
Even more than ASAP, it was Scarlett Snowbellow.
Yeah. So what are you doing now to wrap this up? Like, what are you doing now? What do you want the people to know about? It's in the works or coming soon or anything like that?
I feel for me.
Yeah, for you.
Well, it's still same old. Like I'm doing the same stuff, but I noticed this year I have a lot more interesting travel stuff going on.
Yeah, I know you're doing that thing. When is that? Next week?
Next week, yeah, I'm actually going to 3 Southeast Asian countries.
Which are?
One is Malaysia, one is Singapore, and one more I forget, but it's for a travel commercial.
That's dope.
So it's
Over what period of time?
a week, the 19th to the 26th.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
That's 7 days.
Yeah, so I mean, it's my dream's happening, you know,
Yeah.
traveling for my job. It's
Yeah.
happening.
That is
yeah.
crazy. That sounds great.
I know. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to wrap up, I wanted to do a quick rapid fire.
Oh my goodness,
Session.
okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So just be truthful. Don't think too hard.
Is this yes or no? Answers?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
I'll try.
Trivial.
I'll try.
Okay. Favorite artist right now?
Artist what?
Singing, music.
Fudge.
Just pick
Han.
one. Okay. Last song you listened to.
Han. I got you.
Okay.
On the way here.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Titanic?
Okay.
I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for cheesy stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show?
Shit, The Bachelor.
Yo, I
Bachelor in Paradise.
Low-key. Oh, I hear, honestly, I've
This
heard.
season is so good.
No, I've heard The Bachelor in Paradise is like the all-stars of like The Bachelor.
And
like,
it's crazy.
it's
Watch
always
it,
the
watch
be-
it, watch
Okay.
it.
Instagram we should follow.
Me?
What's your Instagram?
Lexi Mandy?
Okay. Instagram we should unfollow. Don't say no and don't be lame.
Manda Mandy. I'm just kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding.
What are you watching right now, like TV show?
I'm watching Mindhunter.
Okay.
Really nice.
Really?
Really interesting. Yeah.
Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Psycho stuff.
Okay. Checks or stripes?
Stripes.
Okay. Favorite drink?
Tea.
Tea. What kind of tea?
Kombucha.
Okay. Oh yeah. Just kidding. Favorite Disney princess?
Moana. Because of Lori.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Recent. Lori is your.
She's my niece.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Obsessed with Moana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you insecure about?
I would say my voice.
Oh, great.
My
So this
voice.
is great for you.
I just stick to pictures. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do to relieve stress?
I read now. I
Okay.
read.
Do you have a favorite NBA team?
No.
So you don't know anything.
I'm not updated.
No
No.
worries. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Favorite house?
I
Game of
actually
Thrones?
don't.
Me
I'm
neither.
I-
Honestly,
Right?
I'm only asked this question because I know people watch this shit.
We're like the 1% that don't watch
They're
this.
losers. No, I'm just kidding.
Should we cut that out? I'm just
Mac,
kidding.
yeah, maybe. Mac or PC?
Mac.
Mac. I respect that. Why Mac?
Easier.
Easier interface, yeah.
Easier. Yeah.
I get that. Who's your idol? Do you have an idol right now?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Last book you read?
I'm reading The Timekeeper,
Okay.
Mitch album.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then favorite cuisine?
It used to be Thai, now Italian.
Ooh,
Right?
love Italian
Right?
food. I love
Anything
Italian,
Italian.
food. And then favorite destination?
Dream destination.
Yeah, dream.
Africa.
That sounds amazing. I've seen
Right?
people who've gone there and it seems sick.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you have to now.
Yeah. All right. That was it. So
Amazing.
Thanks, Lex.
Thank you so much for having
doing
me,
the first
Francis.
episode of being
Here
frank.
we go.
You know, thanks to Amanda,
Our
out here.
camera woman.
Yeah. AKA Lexi's sister, AKA my girlfriend.
There's her shout out.
Yeah, there. And then Modern God, Jamie Duncan, thank you for being here, helping us, edit and record all this shit.